What's going on, Falcon fans? It's your boy Ricundo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about a victory Monday for the Atlanta Falcons against the Carolina Panthers yesterday. So before we get into the video, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear about me talk about these Atlanta Falcons and how we're going to make this playoff run this season. All right, so let's get into the video. So yesterday, the Atlanta Falcons did what they had to do. I mentioned that I felt like it was a must-win for these guys. And I think moving down, the last 4 games, they need to have that same mindset. They need to go in and do what they got to do to win the game. For the 3rd straight week, they was able to rush over 100 yards. And then again, we talked about how Matt Ryan got hit 11 times last week and sacked 5. He only got hit like a couple of times this week. So, like I said last week, this offensive line is up and down. We need to expect that. It's like I said, it's the first year in this regime. But the running game, we can talk about the running game. The running game is started to see improvement there. Like I said, 3 straight weeks against the last 2 weeks in particular, 2 good run defenses, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, they was 4th in the league in sacks coming into the game. And like I said, they was not able to sack Matt Ryan yesterday. So it was great positive things for our offense. You can still see that we still got some issues in the receiving game. A lack of weapons. I thought Russell Gage had another great start of the game. Kind of like he faded away towards the middle of the game. Kyle Pitts had some big catches for us, especially the one in the end to seal the game. He just showed his smarts, how he got up the field and then didn't go out of bounds to kept the clock running. Things like that, from a rookie is very impressive. He's sitting at 770 yards. I think he's going to hit that 1,000-yard mark this season, which would be awesome for a rookie tight end to do. Of course, we need to try to get him more looks in the red zone, but I think that would just come with more time, getting experience in this offense, and Arthur Smith trying to figure out how to utilize Kyle Pitts. But for our offensive standpoints, I thought these guys played very well. Like I said, they did what they had to do. They was able to run the ball. They had the ball for 35 minutes. They controlled the clock, and I think that's a formula that we're gonna have to get used to. I know in the past we always remember Matt Ryan throwing for 300-yard games. If you guys can recall, one time he had a streak of at least 250 yards a game for a long time. So and that's starting to go away because we're starting to run the ball. And like I said, I really believe that just the lack of receivers we got out there now, able to get open. Matt Ryan didn't play his best game. In some cases, I think he had a couple throws that he would like to get back. The one to Tajaé Sharpe. I don't know. Maybe he thought Tajaé Sharpe was going to take it more to the outside, but it was like a floater ball up in the air. He did hit a deep pass to Russell Gage. And then that flea flicker, I don't know who he was throwing the ball to in that one. So I think we got lucky on that play. But anyway, it was a roughing the passer penalty, even though it looked like it had got picked off, but it was a roughing the passer penalty. So, but from an offensive standpoint, these guys did what they had to do. Like I said, I was really impressed with the running game, and I don't like the commentator just keep saying that they don't find something on the left side. They keep running to the left side. Don't do the tails. Don't let everybody know what's going on. But it just goes to show you they believe in Jake Matthews and Jalen Mayfield, the rookie, on the left side running the ball. That's impressive. Those 2 big guys over there open up holes, along with Keith Smith, open up holes. Of course, we use our tight ends, we use our receivers. Everybody in the run game, do their part to open up those holes. Mike Davis, we talked about him earlier this season. He's starting to look a whole lot better. I don't know if he started hearing Cordell Patterson coming up, in the rear, but he's starting to run the ball a whole lot better. I love how hard Quadri Arlison runs the ball. Of course, he need to make sure he hold on the ball, and that we're trying to run the clock out next to the last possession. And then of course, CP doing what he's been doing all season. So the running game looks very good. It's very promising, and that's what we want to see from an offensive standpoint. All right, let's get into the defense. So the defense had 3 turnovers yesterday. I thought they played a big role into the game. A lot of people believe that it was one of our complete games that we had yesterday from an offense, defense, and special teams standpoint. But our defense played well. We know what Cam Newton liked to do. He liked to run the ball. Honestly, I was getting a little frustrated because I could call out the quarterback draws before they was happening. I could see it coming. I don't understand why they didn't see it coming. So I saw Grady Jarrett's post-game press conference, and he talked about there's some plays that they would like to get back. And I agree with him. That those runs from Cam Newton, I mean, we know that's what he want to do. That's what he like to do. So we got to be able to stop that. But only giving up less than 100 yards rushing after they had rushed for 203 yards was a big statement for us, especially when we know that's what they want to do. They want to run the ball. We capitalized on every mistake that the Carolina Panthers made on offense yesterday for the most part. So every time, and on the other side, they didn't. Every time we had a tip pass, they couldn't come up with it. But our defense capitalized on all that. 2 pick sixes in back-to-back games. Of course, one wasn't a win, but we can start to create that turnover momentum going into these last 4 games. Maybe it could pick up for us. Usually when you start to turn over the ball, it's like get contagious, and it start to happen over and over again. Like I said, we had a turnover last week. We had 3 this week. AJ Terrell started to come on. He almost had 2 picks in the game yesterday. So I think from a defensive standpoint, I think we're growing. You can see that pick 6 that was thrown by Cam Newton. I think he was confused because if you saw when Michael Walker lined up on the left side, then he went back in coverage. Cam Newton never seen him. So, and that's how you want to dial up those pressures and disguise where you're coming from. You can confuse these quarterbacks. Cam Newton's not a young quarterback, but at the same time, obviously he still was confused on that because he did not see Michael Walker going back into coverage on that play. So unfortunately, some news report that Eric Harris is going to be out for the rest of the season. So next man up mentality. Of course, Richard Grant's going to have to step up. Jalen Hawkins going to have to play a bigger role in the defensive backfield as well. But that's why you try to build a depth much as we can. So of course we're gonna have a 2nd-year player and Ricky come in, and which I think is some important games for us. Like I said, I imagine going 4-1 in these last 5 games. We got 1 out the way, so now on to the next game. Only game is important is the game that we play on Sunday in San Francisco. It's the only game we need to think about. It's the only game we need to worry about. And if we can get that game out of the way, that'll just get us closer and closer to our goal of getting into the playoffs. And then when you get in the playoffs, you never know. Anything happens, injuries, big break plays, anything like that. You just want to get into the tournament. So that's the name of the game. So from a defensive standpoint, I thought those guys played well. You can see Dante Fowler Jr. coming on. John Cominsky had some good run yesterday. Not being inactive for a while this season, but he came in since Okendeji was out, and he took advantage of his opportunity. So gives Dean Pease and Arthur Smith something to think about looking forward. Also, you think about We had the two big guys up in the middle, Mike Pennell and Anthony Rush, stout in there. They had Grady playing a lot of end yesterday, which I love to see, putting pressure on those tackles. So from a defensive standpoint, you can see the improvement all the way around the board. And now we have another big test coming up this week. We'll get into that later. This week we talk about the keys, but from a defensive standpoint, these guys played well yesterday. And then last but not least, let's talk about special teams. Younghoe Koo still did what he did. 2 big field goals he had in the game. And then Thomas Morstead, his punt's been electric so far. Pinning these guys deep in their own side of the field, making them drive the field, play long yards, long drives. Only one hiccup we had was on the kickoff. We kicked the ball out of bounds, went out of bounds like at the 1 yard line, put him on the 40, and I think that was a scoring drive for those guys. So can't give up short fields to any team, because when you give up short fields, they already feel like they got the upper hand, because, like I said, less plays for them have to try to put the ball in scoring position, to get either field goal or touchdown. So we got to do better, on the kickoffs. Make sure if we're not gonna kick it in the end zone, make sure we kick it so they have a chance to return it. We can stop them before they get to the 25. So, so that's what I seen from yesterday, guys. I really, really, really liked the win yesterday. Like I said, only thing that really irks me, and I think it's just something that us as Falcon fans got to get used to, is the passing game. We so used to Matt Ryan just going back and hitting everybody, like just hitting all the targets, throwing the ball down the field. This is a different Falcon team. It's so different. It's more of running the ball, playing good defense, time control. Like I said, Arthur Smith want to run the ball, play action, hit intermediate passes, and every now and then hit the deep shot. So that's what Arthur Smith want to do. And every time we play each week, we're going to get better at it. So that's the whole idea. That's what we're trying to do as a team. We just got to get used to it. I'm really not used to seeing Matt Ryan throw for 198 yards. It seemed like he had a bad game. But like I said, he only probably had like 2 bad throws. We just control the clock by running the ball. We had these long 10-play, 8-play, 12-play drives. That's solid. And that's what we want to see. Keep their offense on the sideline and let our offensive linemen do what they like to do. And that's get after it, be physical, be aggressive, put that pressure on the other defensive lines, and then try to demoralize them. Like I said, these guys run the ball, and they just kept running it, and they couldn't stop it. Like I said, I really like the mindset of this team. I like the mindset of the coaching staff. I like the mindset of the new regime. And like I said, in December, we're playing meaningful football games since 2017. So that's all you can ask for. So let's just see what happened coming in this week. We got to make sure we get back to the drawing board, look at our keys, see what we got to stop, what we got to do to get the win in San Fran this weekend. And that's what I got. So you guys let me know what you think about the game. Do you see the progression like I do? Do you think that these guys are going in the right direction? Especially after last week. And like I said, I felt like Matt Ryan just had no time to do anything. But then just look at the next week. A team that dominated us the first time we played, I felt like we got punked, came back and put up performance that they put up. So let you know that we're not going to make the same mistake twice against the same teams. So I love to see that. And we're going on the road. We're road warriors again. Let's see what happens. We're 6-2 away from state of being stadiums. And that's And that's unbelievable, actually. We have not won a game at home. So, got 2 more left. We'll see what happens with those. But that's, guys, that's what I got. Victory Monday. I'm excited. I hope you are. I'll talk to you guys later on this week to talk about the keys to victory for the San Fran game. We got to get us some Kyle Shanahan. So, guys, that's what all I got for today. This your boy Ricondo. Come back at you with another video. Peace.